Hey there, Breakfast Clubbers! Welcome to another week's episode of Back Issue Breakfast Club. I'm your host, Kelly Guentner of Phoenix Sisters Cosplay, and this week we're going to be doing Marvel Knights Black Widow, the complete collection. Just in case you've been living under a rock, the MCU's Black Widow movie is finally coming out. Maybe, we'll see, might get pushed back again. So, this is going to be a slightly different episode than my usual episodes. Not quite as positive because I'm going to be honest with you all. I read the last story. This is a collection of 3 stories. I read the last story and I almost didn't review this because I hated the last story that much. So I'm going to work backward. I'm going to start with the negative and then focus on the positive. So the reason I chose this book, first of all, because I thought a Black Widow book in general would be a good choice, and this is actually the second Black Widow book I read in preparation for the movie. The first one that I tried to review for y'all, I didn't like enough to review. So this one is a good choice if you want to read up on Yelena Bolova. This features her first really significant backstory, and I thought I could not go wrong with Greg Rucka. I was wrong. This is the first thing I've read of his that I didn't like. So the third story in this, I really, really hated. I wanted to bleach my brain after reading it. It's that bad. So first of all, I'm going to say parental advisory, not for kids. I think all the Marvel Knights books are like that. The third book is very, very adult. It's a Yelena Bolova solo story. Natasha Romanoff is not in the story. And it goes with the early 2000s, late 90s attempt at being edgy and diving into kind of like sexually explicit crimes. And it kind of, whereas some stories do a really good job with it, it falls flat. And I think we'll just leave it at that. Some people probably think it's brilliant. It just was not my cup of tea. I did not enjoy it. I didn't think it said anything new or shocking. I will show off the artwork. I should have known what I was in for because on the cover, Yelena looks a lot like Pam Anderson, so you know that they're going to kind of lean hard into the sexualization of Black Widow, which, yes, the character is taught to use her sexualization, and then that artwork is pretty good. So J.G. Jones did the artwork for this, and it's not bad artwork. The very first story, however, is great. It's Devin, Grayson, again, J.G. Jones. This artwork just absolutely action-packed, beautiful character artwork. And this is, again, one of the more significant introductions of Yelena Bolova into the Marvel Universe. It's not her very first appearance, but it's one of her earliest appearances. And it has her shadowing Black Widow, and she pops up. She wants to kill Black Widow because she's been trained by the Red Room to be Black Widow. And so she sees Natasha as her last hurdle until she can take her rightful place. But Natasha sees a lot of herself in Yelena because there's a lot shown about how Yelena's narrative really mirrors Natasha's, which is just fantastically done. I love it. Like, when I first heard about Yelena Bolova, I thought it was kind of overdone, like the villain who wants to take the hero's place. Overdone. But it's done beautifully, and this character is not your typical villain. She is a patriot who really believes she's doing the right thing. She's a patriot to Russia. She's loyal to Russia, and they really lean into how really naive she is and how Natasha really wants to save her. And Natasha really sees a lot of herself in her. So even though Yelena's trying to kill her, Natasha keeps trying to show her how she's being used and manipulated, and it's just really well done. The first 2 stories also really lean heavily into the fact that Natasha is not your typical hero, where she's not doing the right, good, idealistic thing. She's living in shades of gray, and the ends justify the means. And that makes her a really interesting character, and just a really different kind of character from, like, Wonder Woman, Superman, Captain America. Like, she's just a fascinating character, and the best stories about her really lean into that and explore how spycraft just can twist a person and how she works to maintain her sense of humanity. The second story is called Breakdown, and that is, again, very centric around Natasha trying to save Yelena from herself. And so the artwork in this story is done by Scott Hampton, and it's very painterly, very, very realistic, or kind of impressionist, but almost with a little bit really real in some points, but then you've got a little bit of that painterly look in others, and it's just beautiful. And that story is really digs into the psyche of both women and digs into how they're two sides of the same coin, and again, into Natasha being morally gray. So those first two stories are absolutely beautiful. A lot of people may enjoy the third story if you like darker stories, and I don't know, I almost always love Greg Rucka, so I was kind of shocked that I didn't love that one. But so if you're looking for the definitive Yelena Bolova collection, this is it. If you like stories about morally great spies, definitely your go-to. Absolutely a good read if you want to read up a little more on Black Widow and her comics exploits prior to the movie, or if you've seen the movie by the time you see this, which, if you have, what are you doing? Why aren't you watching my stuff the day it drops? No, it's fine. If you've seen the movie before you've seen this and you're going, well, I really want more Black Widow, this is a good place to start. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Hope you have a great week. I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me what your favorite Black Widow story is. Tell me what you're reading this week. Definitely, if you like this video, hit the like button. Share it with 100 of your favorite friends. Subscribe to the channel. Do all the things. So, thanks for watching.